Oh boy, these are Shin Godzilla. Yes, the Bandai Movie Monster Series line. The figures they produce aren't really well painted and sculpted. That would be going to Monster Arts, because that's kind of what they're there for. But they have some decent detail and decent paint apps. And there's probably more Bandai figures of certain figures than of Monster Arts figures. Oh, and if you're wondering what the heck is up with this audio quality, honestly, I don't know. But anyway, let's dive into the figures. We'll first start off with Kamada-kun. Kamada-kun is really popular, especially for Godzilla merchandise. And there's some pretty nice plushies and other collectible items of this certain figure. The painting and sculpting is actually pretty good. For a cheap $17 figure, he's pretty worth it. And honestly, I like how these, gills are painted. If you really look closely, you can see some of that little detail. The eyes are very accurate to the movie. And out of all of these three, this guy's mouth is the widest. Here's the mouth of Shinagawa-kun, and then here's the mouth of Shin Godzilla. These little veins going from his lower leg to his tail is actually a pretty nice little detail. And the underdeveloped arms are also a pretty nice detail. So enough about paint and sculpting. Let's get to the articulation. You get a swivel at the leg. That's it. They could have added a lot more, maybe like a swivel at the tail right here. Or, well, I guess I could. I'd rate this figure maybe a 5 out of 10. The painting and detailing is really good, but I guess it's up to you if you want to buy it. I got it just because I'm a completionist, but this is all up to you if you really want to buy it. I just bought it because I'm a completionist. We will now be talking about Shinagawa-kun. This is actually pretty movie accurate. That deep, dark kind of red really brings out the detail when it comes to the brighter colors like this. Definitely makes the spines and these little gills pop out more. Now, unfortunately, the mouth is unpainted, which kind of sucks because Kamada-kun's mouth is painted, but not his. And why do they have to make him so hunched back? In the movie, he was a lot more straight up. And the texture in the spines looks how it feels, I guess. You can see some dorsal plates starting to develop right here. You can feel it as you rub your finger around it. The arms developed a little more than Shin Godzilla's, and I like how one arm is more higher up than the other. Articulation time. Literally the exact same articulation, except you get a calf swivel, which makes kind of no sense. I honestly kind of like this figure a little more than that guy. And I'm honestly kind of surprised. The tails are like the same length, even though this guy is pretty much the better version of him. So if anything, I'd rate this guy maybe a 4.5 out of 10. Like I mentioned earlier, the darker paint on the base of the body gives the brighter reds more pop. The eyes are very also movie accurate. Pretty much the same as this guy. It's too hot out here. I'm going in the ocean. Now this is the peak perfection of movie Monster Series figures. The painting and sculpting is amazing. These little blood accents in the chest look really well done. Same goes for this red fade in the back by his dorsal plates. And his tail face looks a lot better. A lot better than frickin' NECA's. The teeth are also sculpted in pretty nice. And so are these, I don't even know. Whatever they're called, they're all sculpted and painted pretty nicely. Now, for the articulation. You gotta swivel at the leg and that's it. Nah, I'm just kidding. You also gotta swivel at the arm. It's pretty much it. And it kind of sucks because the bootleg I had could swivel the base of the tail and this part of the tail. Why couldn't they just been molded together? You can see that obvious little gap right there. Definitely a missed opportunity to articulate the tail with at least a couple swivels. Now, 10 out of 10 for this figure. This figure is honestly really customizable, and I really do like that about the movie Monster Series line. He's well painted, well sculpted, and especially a stupid price. And that about wraps up my review on these guys. Oh wait, I forgot about size comparisons. Here's the Movie Monster Series Mechagodzilla, Movie Monster Series 1973 Godzilla, SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2004, and lastly, NECA SOS Goji. Now honestly, these figures are pretty nice, especially when as a group. Now, I must say, these two are pretty freaking small. Get all three of them if you're a completionist. Now, like I said earlier, these guys do look great when all next to each other. Get all of them, like I said again, if you're a completionist, but these guys are pretty nice figures. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video, whenever that'll be.